You are about to experience Skip versus Ernestine. This is round, I've lost track.
5-4.
54. Studio 54. We used to live
great.
right next to it in New York City for a long time.
54.
54 below is what it's called
That was the
now.
other
This
one.
is about to be 54 above. You will not find another show out there like this one. We do begin with some of your comments. This is from @Mr. King. By the way, you look nice today.
Oh, thank
and she's
you.
picking at me as usual,
Lint
going
off.
Jewish mother on me.
Yeah.
The chemistry between Skip and Ernestine is unmatched. It's rare to find such honest takes on high-profile topics. We do appreciate that,
true.
and we will plunge in just a moment on high-profile topics. This is a YouTuber @HallCom. You both are cool. It's good to see the softer side of Skip.
He has a soft side.
I have one, but I got
does.
two sides.
He is the man.
It's not like I'm a wimp.
No,
Right?
No, it's a difference of seeing you just talk about sports and go
Yeah.
crazy like a nut versus just
nut.
being a sort of normal person. You'll
Watch
never be that
Arena
normal.
Gridiron if you want to see me act like
Well,
a
he's
nut.
a nut, but here
A
you're
nut?
sort of normal.
I think I'm a smart nut, if nothing else.
Right, I know, but you
Maybe
don't
I'm a
go
nutty,
off crazy
smart
like the
nut,
way
but
you do on the about.
This is from
football.
@America's Radio. Damn, I literally agreed with Ernestine on everything in last week's episode.
Thank you.
Did not see that
Appreciate
coming,
that.
says @America's Radio. Now she's going to be out of
Yeah, right.
control, impossible
Yeah.
to deal with for
Yeah,
the rest of this
right,
episode,
right.
thanks to @America's Radio.
Thank you.
Quick point about the Golden Globes. I had a lot of football on Sunday.
Oh.
This is football time, as she and Hazel, we're sorry Hazel's no longer here. She's
Well, she is here. She
pinned out
didn't
back in
die.
the-
You said she's no longer here.
Well, I mean, she doesn't
She's in
get
the
to
other room.
participate. She's in the
She's in the
effectively
other room.
doghouse in the other room, even though she doesn't have a
Oh,
doghouse.
she's quiet. Maybe she's enjoying her time.
Maybe she likes what you're saying.
being alone.
Yeah,
Maybe she can't stand being with you anymore and watching sports.
she watches every game with me.
Poor
Every
Hazel.
game.
And then she
start
comes
to
running into
finish.
my room because she wants to escape, and she's
That's
like,
not
"Just
true.
hide me."
That's
It is true. Well, since she's
Total
scratching
lie.
at the door.
No, she is not. She
Whatever.
enjoys the game. Until I act like a nut in the middle of the
Well,
game and
she's sick of
scream
it.
and yell.
She's sick of it.
Yeah, well, I was watching football. I did, though, YouTube the monologue that was done.
Yeah.
What's her name? I just
Nikki
don't know. Nikki
Glaser.
Glaser. I couldn't think of her name. And then you sent me a picture of Nikki Glaser pre-plastic
Everybody
surgery.
is pre and after
in LA,
in
yeah.
LA.
Okay, but
What can you do?
talk about
Oh,
unrecognizable.
transformation.
Whoa. And whoever did her work did some great work because she looks good.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
can you
I think
do?
it takes a village of writers because I think she has the best writers going right now.
Yeah, they were some
And-
of them were
and
funny.
I
I'm
don't
not
know,
a
maybe-
big fan, but
I don't know why you don't like her.
I just,
I
I
gotta
was
tell you,
talking
I
to
think-
Francesca, my best friend,
Here we go.
and she said, I've been listening to her for years, and I could tell you that she's one of the most dirtiest as far as
she is.
really raunchy.
No, I know.
She said to the point where I can't even repeat some of the things that she has said.
No, I mean, she goes into
So-
explicit sexual details.
So she's got that going for her.
Okay, well, that's part of her shtick.
I
That's
guess
part
so.
of her appeal.
That doesn't make me want to listen to somebody because
Okay.
they can talk smut.
I do. This is from a guy's
you
perspective.
like to hear somebody talk smut.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't care about that. Although if it's smut, I'll accept it. If it's wise, if it's insightful about sexuality, I'm like, okay, that was interesting. I never thought of
I
it
don't
that
think
way.
You have to. Eddie Murphy never really did smut like that. Or there have been other female comics. I liked Rosie O'Donnell. She was one of my favorite people.
Okay.
But not everybody has to talk dirt, sex all the time to be funny.
Okay, but Nikki Glaser does go after and deflate the egos of all those stars in the
Well,
room.
that's her job for the Golden Globe. She
I
has to.
understand. Yeah, I guess
But she
that's
didn't
how-
pick on the Kardashian, which I
she
found interesting.
Is she afraid of them?
Well, I guess if
Maybe
she
they're
wants to
too
work
big
again,
to pick on?
maybe.
Yeah. There was one
She
Kardashian.
picked on Timothy.
She picked on
but she
Timothy,
didn't
but
pick
not on
on
the other one.
The
Yeah.
Jenner.
Yeah, the Jenner. Kardashian
Interesting.
/ Jenner, right?
Yeah.
But she was funny, or her writers were funny. I don't know. Maybe she writes her own stuff. I have no idea. But there were a lot of funny bits
Yeah, she was
within
funny.
there.
She was funny. I thought she was funny. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch her, but she was funny.
I think you're threatened by her.
Threatened by her. I'm not a comic.
Yeah, she is sexy. She's sort of sexy. Like my mother always said, pretty is as pretty does. And I always thought sexy is sexy does. Like you can be not that attractive, but if you
It's called sexuality.
act, it's
yeah.
okay. You can behave sexually or whatever. That's not the right word. If you act that way, if you present yourself sexy, then it's as you do as opposed to as you look. Because I've seen a lot of women who are just stunning, but they were ice maidens, and they wore a giant sign that said "Do not touch."
Right.
And they were so unsexy to me. They were asexy. They were opposite of sexy. They were turn off instead of turn on. But the package was sensational. It was stunning, right? Okay. Pretty is as pretty does, not pretty is.
I get it.
Okay. So you don't like talking about Nikki Glaser. You just
I don't care. I'll talk about it. I mean, she was funny. I just would not go out of my way. I'm not someone that would buy tickets to see her at a show.
Okay.
The Golden Globe, she's fine, but I would not. She's not somebody that I would go out to see as a comic. That I would wait in line.
I think
to go
she's
see
really
her.
good as an MC.
She's
When
good.
she does a roast or she's funny. Or when she does a
I
roast
didn't love
bit.
her on the Tom Brady thing.
Really? I did. I thought she
didn't,
was funny.
But whatever. She's still going to work.
Okay,
because I don't
our
like
biggest
her.
takeaway from the Golden Globes, and I'm not the biggest Golden Globes fan, I just sort of take it for what it is. And Megyn Kelly blasted them as political and said
Well,
that.
Bill Maher said that he said this is a Golden Globes, and they were wearing the buttons about the ice,
Yeah, we're going to get to
all
that.
of that.
Yeah.
But he said it should not be. This is an entertainment show, and you don't have to bring that into this.
You don't. Okay.
That's a whole
But
nother
Megyn Kelly
conversation.
said it's political behind the scenes, that she was nominated for podcast and that they wanted her as part of the nomination.
Amy Poehler.
To come, Megyn Kelly.
Oh, I didn't know she was nominated.
Up against Amy
Amy
Poehler.
Poehler, okay,
And
yeah.
there's Hazel.
Yeah.
And that she was, this is what she said, that she was asked to come to Hollywood and help promote the Golden Globes by doing interviews with
it's
other
part
nominees.
Of the whole deal.
Yeah, and that's how you campaign to win votes.
Yes.
And Megan's like, F that, I'm not going to do that. I think she said, I'd rather take a bullet in the head than do that.
Well,
But
good
that's
for her, and
part
she lost.
of this process. But here's the point.
So she didn't get the Golden Globe.
We became huge fans of Frankenstein, the latest
Huge.
iteration of Frankenstein, because it was just an
masterpiece.
epic masterpiece. And it won nothing. It won 0 for 5.
sad.
What? What?
Not even for
Seriously?
makeup. I mean,
Come on.
the costumes,
God.
the acting.
I mean, then you're disqualified. Globes. You're
You
not
haven't-
golden
you
anymore.
can't give them one?
Come on.
I don't know.
You're not golden, you're just yellow to me,
Well,
right?
that's good.
Yeah,
I
there
like
you go.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
Tarnished.
Tarnished. Last week, as you might recall, we both blasted Tom Brady for being spotted on a yacht, canoodling with a 25-year-old influencer. So now it's your turn to respond to us from last week. This is at happysometimes3428. Ernestine showing no mercy to Tom Brady's love life. Okay. No mercy. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. You were pretty
Oh,
vicious.
I thought you were going to go through them all. Okay.
No, well, I think we should do it one at a time because each one
I don't
has
understand. People have short memories. When Tom Brady was with Giselle,
Yeah.
towards the end, he was, as by all accounts, he wasn't treating her very well. He was pissed that he was losing a lot of, remember, he wasn't winning a lot of the games that he was playing, and he was not in a good space. And so I'm sure maybe he came home and took it out on her. And,
Well,
and,
I
you
don't know about that.
Well, I don't know, but behind closed doors, when you're with someone, they're not always the person that you see on the outside. So
Maybe he
how
became
does-
difficult to live
Well,
with.
that's
It's
what I'm saying. I'm
possible.
not saying abusive. I'm
Yeah.
saying maybe he was a nightmare. Maybe he was pissed off all the time. Maybe she couldn't take it anymore. But I don't know. People are painting him out to be this, he was, as you would say, Psycho Tom on the field.
He was Psycho Tom.
And she showed up at every game. She was very supportive of him over all those years they were together. And
Well,
they
they
had the
had
kids.
children, yeah.
Yeah. But she was always there rooting him on, and she was the face of him, being his arm piece, and she was bigger than him as far as probably
Yeah.
making money. But
She was his biggest fan, and she defended
yeah,
him.
and
You,
she
you won't
did.
remember this,
She
but
was- I remember when
he
she-
lost his second Super Bowl
Yeah,
to Eli
I
Manning,
remember.
and she was in the elevator and
Yeah.
heard somebody make a
Yeah.
derisive comment
I
about
remember
Tom.
that, and she defended him.
And her, I don't remember, I'm paraphrasing, but her response was, well, he can't play receiver. He can't
Right.
go catch his own passes.
Right. She was way before Taylor Swift was. I'm sorry. So,
But I mean,
don't-
she was fiercely, sort of like you defend me,
Yeah.
but she was fiercely protective of
yeah,
him.
yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know why people are acting as though he was this saint or something.
Well, he is, as our guy Tyler says, he is viewed as the golden god, and he was the golden god to me as a player.
Yeah, I know.
Just did
I've
no
lived with
wrong.
It. I know.
There's nothing not to love about how he became the greatest football player ever, even
Right.
though a lot of ex-football players have a hard time even seeing him as a football player because he plays quarterback, which they don't even see as sort of
Right.
part of the game of football, like it's the one position that's kind of above and beyond football.
Right.
But be that as may, he was still the GOAT, as they say.
Yeah.
And then he became just another guy. He had to go
Right.
back into real life, and he had to make his way in whatever endeavor he chose. And he's fumbling and stumbling in all of
Fox.
at Fox and in all of his endeavors. And then I don't know why the latest ad, this Pizza Hut
it's
ad,
embarrassing.
Hut, who he's doing his quarterback
very
cadence. It's
embarrassing.
just beneath him. It's so corny, but he was always corny off the field.
Well, I don't know how corny he was. I would love to talk to Giselle myself and
Oh,
ask
well,
how
that's a whole
corny
nother-
was he.
Oh,
He was married before, remember? He was
was,
married to the
and
actress
had
and had a
another
child
child.
with her. So it's
Okay.
not as though he's
a
a
saint.
saint.
Yeah.
And they're acting as though he's a saint and that she was cheating on him and she was. I don't believe any of that. So
No, I mean they
she
went
probably
their
just
separate
got sick
ways,
of him and she couldn't take
she
it
did.
anymore.
And she repeatedly pushed him to stop playing football because of the head injuries.
Right. Well, that was the
Yeah.
thing at the end was he was mad at her because she wanted him to stop, and she said that
Yeah.
he wasn't spending enough time with the family.
That's
Don't
true.
you remember all that?
I
mean,
do.
People seem to forget
But
that.
she was just concerned that he's going
That
to
he's
become
gonna-
a vegetable and he
Right.
couldn't play with his kids anymore.
Right. And
Yeah.
she had the kids with him, and she wanted to have a life with him, and he was going to retire, and then he didn't retire, or he was going to retire, whatever. So that seems to be swept under the rug, and now
He
they're
played
just
longer
saying,
than anybody ever has
Right.
at that level to age 45.
and she wanted to have a normal life with him.
Yeah.
So she said adios. and
Okay. So
Went
she
off and found a normal life with
with
this
her
guy.
trainer.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have a child, and God bless her.
Okay.
So that's what I say.
Yeah, and then our point was about the yacht. Okay,
Oh.
first of all, it's during football. I know it's the holidays, but listen, ask her what I do during the holidays.
He watches
I
football.
watch. I
and
work
basketball.
because it's my biggest, hottest, most important time
He's
of
like
the year.
Santa.
Well, sort of.
Well, Santa, that's his
I'm
big
actually
time.
more Grinch.
No,
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what
Santa
you
has
mean,
to
yeah.
work nonstop
No,
Christmas
I
time because he
understand.
has to deliver the
But-
toys and
But what offended me was that Tom could see fit, excuse me, to be. I got to take a drink on
because
a
he's
yacht
on a yacht. I could care less what he's
over
doing on the yacht.
the Christmas New Year's week because it's football time and he makes $300 million to be a commentator. You got to stay locked into what you're
Right,
doing.
but he's not playing football anymore, so
No.
he knows that he has a team when he walks into the studios or he's on
I know, but
location.
you have to prep for these games, and you
People
need to
help
keep
him
your
do
head
that.
in the game.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
they help him, but there's a lot that you have to do. You have to watch tape. You have to study rosters. You have to know the backgrounds of
Well,
every
I guess he
player.
figures he
it's
can do
it's just
it.
not the right time to be off on a yacht out in the Caribbean or where, I don't know where it was.
Well,
Was
he
it
figures he
St.
can do
Bart's or where? I forget where it was. But he's off, and then he's messing around with the 25-year-old. I have no problem with 48
I
and
could
25.
care less about that,
No,
but-
no problem whatsoever. But she's clearly using him for exposure, so to speak. You know, she's going to use him because she's got all of her team shooting even almost like
Right.
secret, you know, they're
Right,
slinking in
behind
the
the scenes
background,
kind of,
and if they get her canoodling with him, just touching, feeling, hugging, whatever they're doing, kissing on the cheeks or what, I don't know what they're doing, but all the little stuff that they're doing, it's going to be huge news around the globe because it's Tom freaking Brady. What?
Right.
And he's with her
Her
there.
family is very excited, I read.
Who's her family?
Her
Oh.
family's excited.
Well, he apologized for
Well,
it.
then he backed up
Yeah.
because he realized he was getting flack and people were not.
Yeah, but look, again, beneath dignity, you are making $300 million to be Fox's lead commentator at the height of the football season, right?
Right.
And you are also now a minority owner, but that chunk is worth, I think, $400 million that he owns of the Las Vegas Raiders. So, and he is widely seen, and it's widely reported, he has become the lead football advisor for the Raiders, which is fine with me, although they're the worst team in the league. So he's off to the Michael Jordan start
Right.
when Jordan tried to
can't-
run
right.
the Charlotte franchise. And
Well, he don't care.
okay, but he does care because
Well,
I think
now
he
he's caring because
hugely
now he's
cares
a-
about his image and reputation, but he wants to be seen as cool when weirdly he's not cool. Off the field, he's not cool.
No.
He is lame and cliched and corny, and that's why as a broadcaster, I know he got huge attention for doing this quick display of how to throw a football into the wind, where you can't be underneath the football or the nose will catch the wind and rise, and you have to stay on top of the football to make
Well,
the
I'm
nose
sure he
stay
knows
down.
that,
Okay.
so-
I didn't think it was exactly rocket science that he was trying to teach, but anything Tom does, oh my God.
Right.
Nobody defended Tom Brady harder than I
I
did when he was a
know.
player.
I remember.
And nobody has been any more critical of Tom Brady than I have post-career.
remember.
Because he's just flailing and in many ways failing, and because all of his wisdom is translating into worst team in pro football with the Raiders, and then you've stooped to doing the Pizza Hut commercial, and you're on a yacht with a 25-year-old influencer who is obviously trying to use you to influence her following, right? That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, way to go. Congratulations, Tom. You got taken. You got used. I don't know. More comments from you. This is at Garfield GG. I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, maybe even more so than Skip. I agree with Ernestine. Dude's wife left him, and he clearly isn't handling it well. He wasn't even handling it right when he was with the Bucs the last season he was playing.
Well, that was
That's
the
true.
problem.
It got to be.
Because she wanted him to retire.
In fact, I do have a good source in Tampa who kept telling me he's having real marital problems off the field. And the last year they went 8-9 and lost a home. They did steal the division, but lost to my Dallas Cowboys in his last playoff game, 32-14. So I think the marital breakup or issue was part and parcel of his football decline.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he's having problems at home. It affects
It
you when
does.
you go to work.
Yeah. Bingo. This is Lucas Frank 8843. Never thought I'd see the day Skip turns on Brady. Well, again, I'm just being honest about him.
You're not turning on him that you liked him all those years as a
No,
player.
I'm not turning on him as a player at all. I'll
No.
defend him to the death.
Right.
This is at fly eagles fly _3. I don't think the Eagles are flying anymore. I think it was
unfortunately, that's
die
always
Eagles
next year.
die, cry Eagles
Next
cry, why Eagles why, sigh Eagles sigh. That's what I think it was.
It's next year.
Anyway, Fly Eagles Fly says, if a 60-year-old woman dated a 23-year-old guy, oh my God, girl power. She's just trying to relive her younger days and be free. She divorced her longtime husband. She can do whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If it's reversed for the guy, it's death penalty. Fire him immediately. He's a horrible person.
No, I think that's wrong. It's always been since as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
If a guy dates a younger woman, it's okay. That's the way it always is. A guy is always dating younger women. But if a woman dates a younger man, she's a cougar. That's the way it's always been.
Okay.
Hollywood stars have always dated younger women. Cary Grant. You can go back look at Leonardo DiCaprio. She just made the joke about him that, your films are older than your girlfriend at 30. So it's always been okay. Guys are always dating younger women. Women are known as cougars, or there's something wrong with them to date a younger guy. Cher is getting beat up because she's how old she is, and she's dating a younger guy. So Courtney Cox had it. They all, no, don't agree.
Don't agree.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
I do think there's a lot of truth to what he says.
No, it's backwards.
I know, but it's...
The guys always have a pass for a younger woman. If you look at Hollywood back to the 20s, it's okay. They would do layouts in magazines of older Hollywood guys with younger women.
For dating.
Well, maybe if they're
somebody
dating an 18-year-old and they're 75, but if you're 50 years old and you're dating a 30-year-old, it's okay. George Clooney married her; she's younger. It's okay. It's okay because he's a guy and he's handsome. Woman who's not attractive because she's over 50 should not date someone who's in their 20s.
I know, but I think in the girl power era, the Me Too era, it's flipped where now it's great for an older woman to be with a younger guy.
I don't
go,
agree
girl.
With that. No, I don't agree. I think it's more that's brought more attention to an older man not dating a younger woman.
Okay. Here's the truth from this perspective. It just doesn't matter.
No, I don't think it matters
care either way.
at all.
You can go old, young, old, either way. Sex,
I don't care
male,
if you
female,
fall in love
doesn't
with a
matter.
dog. It does not matter to me. I don't care.
I am in love with a dog.
I just read in the Post today that this singer, Jenny Lewis, she turned 50 and she married her dog.
She married her dog?
It's in the New York Post today. It's all over. It's not just in the Post. It's all over. She married her dog.
How do you do that?
They performed a ceremony and she married her dog because she loves her dog.
Okay.
So I don't find anything wrong with that. Marry your dog if it makes you happy.
Right.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't do things with that dog. That's crazy stuff. But I'm talking about if you love somebody, no matter how old they are, what they are, who cares? It's just all the other crap that goes along with it. And in Hollywood and entertainment, it's blown out.
I will say this. If you go old to young, it almost certainly will not last. You're too far apart. The initial attraction is great, and you can make it last for a year or two, but then at some point, because your life view is so different than theirs, it won't last.
Unless you love that person and you know that you're going to be at different places at different points of your life with that person, and it's okay.
Yeah, but
I have friends.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
It
and
works.
They're still going.
They're together.
I don't know if they're going strong, but they're together.
Well, they are. I mean, they're together. I mean, I have more than one set of friends that are older and younger and older.
Yeah. But I'll just say it from a guy's perspective. If an older man goes with a much younger woman, she has so many evolutions to go through of life where she'll go through this phase and this phase and this phase, and you're pretty set in your ways, and you just want this, and she just keeps changing and growing and maturing and opening, and it will be destined for collapse.
I think it depends on who the people are. We know people that didn't last.
We do. I understand never say never to any
Yeah.
of this, but okay.
I say love is love.
Okay. We just did that one. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
This is at Log Vine, who says, have people seen most women Brady's age? Tom knows what's up. Ooh.
I don't know. Does
So-
this person ever have, did they go out of their house to actually see people? I don't get what they, so anybody who's over 25 should be annihilated, I guess, as far as women go. They should
I
be
knew that would
annihilated.
push her button.
Yeah. A woman should be annihilated over 25 because they are unattractive, they're old, they're disgusting. It's very sad. I guess the world should just be young men.
Log Vine. I have seen a lot of women Brady's age and older, and a lot of them are
Come to
hot.
Hollywood and stand in the middle of Beverly
Lord
Hills and
have
look at the
mercy.
25-year-olds that look like they need to be put somewhere because they have done themselves in with plastic surgery.
Okay, but he's talking about the 48, 50-year-olds.
Right.
Who,
So come to Hollywood and see the 48 and 50-year-olds that have done themselves in and
well,
look
but
like a horror.
But no, I'm going the other way. I'm saying there are a lot of 48 and 50-year-olds who look sensational.
There are a lot of 75-year-olds that look
They do.
sensational. I mean, did you see Cher on Saturday Night Live? She's had some good plastic surgery, and that girl can move her body and rock. So,
And she's 80?
yeah,
God,
yeah.
amazing.
If anyone knows who Donna Mills is, who was on a show called Knots Landing 100
Yeah.
years ago,
Yeah.
who's 82 years old, look what she looks like now. Look at Jane Fonda at 88.
She lives three
Right
doors
down the street, and
Yep.
we see her, and
She does look
amazing.
amazing.
And her
astonishing.
handshake could break your hand. She's so strong.
I don't know how she does it. I don't
She
know how
works
Cher
out a
does
lot.
it.
I don't
She
know.
does. I see Jane Fonda. We have a
Complex.
community complex gym, and she's there often.
Working out.
Yeah, working out. I'm sure Cher does too.
Oh,
Okay. Next subject is an email question from Ashley from Burlington, Vermont.
I love Burlington, Vermont.
way up there.
I spent a lot of summers
I
in
once
Vermont.
flew through Burlington, Vermont. Wow, on the way to Lake Placid.
Beautiful.
Northwest, one of your favorite new people. Northwest produced a new song for Lil Wayne's son. Ernestine, you must be so conflicted about this. Northwest plus
Wayne's son.
Lil Novi.
Well, I don't know how someone at 12 years old can produce, but she must be a genius.
Well, she came from
she-
genius. Her
Well,
father is.
Doesn't just. I'm sorry. Just because your father or mother
I know, but-
are major stars, it doesn't make you a major star.
I know, but you're raised by a genius, and
So you think someone at 12 years old has the capabilities of going into a studio alone, let's just say by themselves, they don't have any backup. They can actually produce a record and do what it takes. I can't produce a record. I don't have that
Didn't
info, but-
Mozart write a symphony when he was 12? I think he did. Well, I'm serious.
You're
I
comparing
think they're prodigies.
Northwest to Mozart?
I'm just saying you
God.
can't make 12 impossible.
Okay, I'm not making 12 impossible. American Idol, there's kids that go on, whatever, Junior American Idol. I'm sorry. I'm not.
She doesn't like Northwest's mother, so she's
Well,
disqualified.
we went through this whole thing 2 weeks ago, a week
Yeah.
ago on this podcast. When you're letting your daughter at 12 years old dress the way she dresses, walking around with all these diamonds, with the grill in her mouth, and I'm sorry. You have to have some kind of structure for a 12-year-old. Just because you're a superstar, you should let your kid just do whatever she wants to do.
Well, look,
She
just
pulled
as
the Instagram,
oh yeah, she took her
pulled
off.
the
Yeah,
Instagram.
okay,
So,
probably smart.
well, is the kid going to live in a real world or not a real world?
Well, that's a
and
whole
I
nother
love
issue.
Wayne, and I think Wayne's kids probably are very talented because of Wayne.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian herself is not talented as a singer. I don't think so. As an
No.
actress, I don't think so. She's an it girl. She's it, okay? She's an it girl. Kanye West, yes, Tyler loves Kanye West, and everybody in the world does.
Yay.
He's not better than Lil Wayne, so I'm sorry.
A lot of
Lil
people would
Wayne is
debate that, but
genius.
I think Wayne's the GOAT.
So Wayne's son, his kids are genius because of Wayne. Kardashian's kid, I'm sorry.
I mean, but what would be the difference? I mean,
Because
he
the
does
kid is
have.
growing up mostly with her, okay?
Well, that's true.
So Wayne's kids are growing up with Wayne. We've seen them, we know that.
I don't know. They live with their moms.
But influenced by Wayne. Wayne
Yeah.
is the guy. And so
Well, his
to
son
me,
toured with him on this last
yeah.
summer tour.
So he and Wayne is one of the most talented people exists.
He
and
is the
a
most
genius.
talented human I've ever been around.
And a poet and a
He's a poet.
He's just deep, and so I see his son is right there, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, Wayne's a creative
I'm not a
force
fan
of
of
nature.
Northwest.
Well, I know you're not, but could she help Wayne's son with the beat or
I'm sure
the-
Wayne's son is helping her.
Maybe, but she's supposed to be helping him. She's supposed to be influencing
Like
his
Wayne's son
creation.
needs her to help him.
just
Please.
suggestions, providing different. Wayne's got producers who are instrumental.
Of course, Wayne. Listen, Wayne can do no wrong in my eyes, and Wayne is superstar in my eyes. But I don't think Wayne's son needs someone from the outside, if it's not Wayne's people, to influence him.
I mean, the amazing thing here is their parents are so wealthy that they have unlimited resources to create music.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
so rare because usually you have to get some big break in your 20s
course.
where you happen to fall into the right place at the right time to even get a song made, get it recorded.
How many
get
Uber
it-
drivers are songwriters?
Oh, God.
How many waiters are singers? You know,
Oh, I
their
got
whole
it.
life. So it's
I
easy.
listened to the song. It's called "Just Swag Up," all one word together. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was great. It didn't like catch my ear where I said, "Ooh."
I'm sorry.
I don't know. But they're just kids. The Wayne's son is 16. She's 12. Okay.
Well, Wayne's son again has been with Wayne on tour. It's a different world.
Yeah. By the way, just for the record, I started dating my first wife when she was 12 and I was 14.
What does this have to do with?
Well, I'm just saying, but you're discounting the age of 12.
Oh.
And she was so mature for her age. I don't know.
Well, you think she was mature
was
for her age,
pretty
but in the
formed. I
real
mean, she
world,
was
she was a 12-year-old little
psychologically.
girl. You may have thought she was mature, but in the real world, she's a 12-year-old little girl. There's no way. Where is a 12-year-old little girl not a 12-year-old little girl? I mean, maybe if they live in some, I don't know, foreign land that
No, but when you
you're not
get,
having children at 12 years old. Possibly,
No,
maybe.
I
If
guess you
if you
could.
became a woman at 10, then you could have a child at
I
12.
think it's happened, yeah.
It is.
Okay,
But,
but
you're not worldly. You're not.
you're not fully formed. You're psychologically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about physically, just
No.
just mentally. But she has been exposed to far more than
Yeah.
99.999% of 12-year-olds have been exposed to worldliness, travel, Kanye.
So does that make her very, I don't know,
I mean,
sophisticated and
her mom is a
smart?
huge star who, she's so huge that Nikki Glaser was afraid to take a shot.
But
right?
just because somebody has been traveled the world and has all of this, everything in life in front of them, and they've experienced this, do they retain that, and then they become this sophisticated, smart, classy individual at 12? I don't know. Maybe.
Would you agree her maturity has been sped up dramatically?
Yeah, but I don't know
Her,
really how
her
much that
mental,
deep inside
psychological
that is.
growth has been sped up. it's warp speed.
And you don't think that if her mother told her that she can't go out or she can't have that, she's not going to stand there and cry like a little girl
She
at 12
would.
years old?
I'm sure she did.
Right. So 12 years old is still 12 years old. I don't care how sophisticated you are. You're still a 12-year-old little girl that if the mommy says, no, I'm not going to do that, she's not going to pout and bang her legs and say, I want that. She's 12 years old.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, now I'm going to
Maybe I'm wrong. I've
personalize
never
it.
been a mother, so what do I know? I
That's
have
true.
Hazel.
Okay, you have Hazel. You are a mother, a Jewish
Mother to
mother.
Hazel.
Okay, I'm going to personalize this quickly. So I was the oldest of 3.
Yeah.
Broken home, dual alcoholics,
Right.
dueling alcoholics.
Right.
And I won a full scholarship at 18 to get out, like it
Right.
was my breakout.
Right.
It was like the basketball and football players who grow up poor in the ghetto and
Right.
they finally
And they
get their
find
way out. Well, this
nirvana,
is my
yeah.
way out.
Yeah.
And when they called that night, I said, God, I'm free.
Right.
I'm history.
Right.
I'm going to leave this behind, much to the chagrin of my younger brother and sister.
Right.
Whole nother story. But while I was sheltered in Oklahoma City, I didn't travel. Neither of my parents graduated from high school,
Right.
so I wasn't exposed. But I did go to a really good public high school, and I took all the advanced courses, and you can laugh if you want, but you shouldn't laugh, because
Right.
I had some teachers. I had Mrs. Speed for a course called Humanities when I was a sophomore that I read all the classics, and we got deeply into the classics
Right.
in our discussions in class. So I was blessed to have this. But I go away, and I get thrown into a dorm full of private school kids from New York and Boston and LA
Right.
and Dallas and Atlanta. And they're from everywhere, even the Nashville kids who went to private school. Well, they're way past me
Right.
in growth. They have been around, they've traveled the world.
Yeah.
Their parents are barons, or
Right.
you know, they're magnets. They're
Right, I get it.
okay. So I'm like, what am I doing here?
Right.
But because I was the oldest, and my mother always said to me, I don't worry about you. You know how to take care of yourself.
Right.
So I got thrown into all sorts of scary situations with no guidance whatsoever. I had no curfew. I had no rules in my life.
Right.
My mom got me a motorcycle when I was 14 on my December 4th birthday, because she didn't want to take me anywhere.
Right.
So I was free to go wherever I wanted to go.
Right.
And I lived to tell about it where some kids wouldn't.
Yeah,
okay,
you were
so
lucky.
my psychological growth, my capacity for surviving was way beyond a lot of those kids from the private schools
Right.
that I got thrown in with. So I don't know where I got half a brain, but I did get
I
born
get
with
it.
half a brain.
Right.
So when I started in class up against those private school kids as a freshman at Vanderbilt, I was intimidated and often overwhelmed. Like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Overwhelmed. But guess what? I figured it out, because in a lot of ways, I was smarter as a survivor than they were.
Right, but
Okay?
it's called
And
street
I
smarts.
outworked.
But
I had
it's called
street smart. I
smarts.
had street smart.
So
I had Oklahoma
that's a whole
City street
different.
smart.
That's
Okay,
a
but
whole
I'm
different
saying,
layer.
but my growth, it wasn't. What's the best word for this? You can be, in some ways, you can be so wealthy. You can be surrounded by
Well, you
such
become
wealth.
insulated and isolated from the real world.
Right.
That's why you don't have, not everybody who didn't go to college is stupid. It's street smarts. You learn
Okay.
from just experiencing.
All right. So I have a good friend named Tom House. You know him, but he pitched Major League Baseball. And he became the throwing guru for all the quarterbacks. They all go to him for advice on how to throw the football.
Right.
Okay. From Tom Brady to Drew Brees to Tim Tebow, they came out here to LA to see Tom House.
Right.
And he had the greatest expression for professional athletes was, he said, they all suffer from suspended adolescence, where you're so good at what you do that everybody coddles you and babies you
Right.
and makes excuses for you.
Right.
And so you're never forced to grow up
Right.
because They want to hand you everything. Oh, you're so great at what you do.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know you, be around you, and you're going to get paid millions of dollars. And the upshot of it is, because you were so good at 12 years of age at what you did, you were already a superstar at 12, in many cases, that your adolescence just stayed. It just stayed. Nobody forced you to grow up.
Yeah,
right?
I get it.
Okay, so I don't know how much she's been forced to grow up. Does that make
I don't
sense?
know. She has what she wants.
All right, you just don't like her mom. Her mom
Sorry.
is a superstar at self-promotion.
Yeah,
a
she's great.
superstar.
She's great.
And she has, as an actress, if you will, or they want to say actor, but she has presence. She has Kim K presence. That's what she has. It's like smoldering sexuality. I don't know what it is, but she has it. She always did. Well, she just did.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of Lil Wayne, thankfully, he agreed to come on our new show called Arena Gridiron, which we shoot out in the San Fernando Valley near his home. And he agreed, this is back last Friday, to come on to the show. Ernestine that day came with Tyler, my producer, and I, and we went to the show, and you were there for Wayne's grand appearance.
Yes, I was.
And it was a day. He was
It was
running a
fun.
little bit late because he'd been up all night recording, but when he walked in, the building, the roof lifted off the building.
He looked adorable.
He was adorable. That's
He
a
had-
word you would use that
he
I would
had
never use.
Green Bay Packer garb from head
This
to
was
toe.
the Friday before the big Saturday clash at Bears
So cute.
that went, unfortunately, the wrong way for Lil Wayne.
He's so cute. I just love him.
She just loves him. He was head to toe with the Packer, what do you call it? Like
Beanie.
a
He had like a beanie hat on.
No, it was like a toboggan. What do you call those?
He had like a ski cap.
Ski cap,
Ski
yeah,
cap
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Said Green Bay. He had a down vest, Green Bay.
did.
He had his
He
high
had
tops.
Green. Oh, he was
He had
greened
his
out.
sweatpants.
He did.
He was Green Bayed out.
He was Green Bayed out, and now he's literally Green Bayed out of the
Couldn't help
playoffs.
It couldn't help him.
It was terrible, but we appreciated it, and he was so good on the show. This show that
He's a
I'm doing
genius.
has a very different feel and format from all the 20-odd years of national TV shows I did, because there are no commercial breaks, because it's obviously a YouTube show, internet show.
And you could say what you want.
And you can say whatever you want. There are no language limitations or barriers. We told him if you wanted to smoke, he could smoke. He chose not to smoke, but whatever. But you can, and it's just a little looser. So my guy, Aqib Talib, was across from me sitting next to Wayne, and Wayne was kind of checking him out because they had a bet that Aqib proposed that Wayne, via text from me, accepted $5,000, 5 bands on another Packer game, the one at Denver, because Aqib played for the Broncos.
Right.
And Wayne, I think, got sort of forced into it, pride-wise, like, okay, I'll take the bet. And Aqib won, and Wayne sent the money. He made sure.
Man of his word.
You want to talk about man of word? By the next day, Monday, he had the money.
Right.
And so Wayne initially was a little leery of Aqib, who's a great player in and of his own right.
Yeah.
And then he started to realize, wait, he speaks my language here, and here we go.
It was
and
fun.
And they started vibing off each other. And it was, on air, I've never seen Wayne like that.
Well, he was very comfortable.
He was very comfortable. He was hilarious.
You could watch it if you go back. and
You can go watch it.
Go watch the repeat
Deep,
of it.
smart. The predictions weren't all that accurate. Obviously,
one
he
really
picked his
knows.
Packers. She always says nobody knows, but the
Nobody
point
knows.
is you're
The
supposed to
players
know.
don't even know. They all come out that morning thinking they're going to win.
Mm.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Maybe God? I don't know. Somebody knows, but it's not the players, it's not the owners, it's not the analysts, it's not anybody. Everybody is just
False.
making their,
Well, I know
best guess.
there's always a lot of luck involved. Not always, but
Well,
there
you can
can
look
be.
at what has happened, the scores, and try to manipulate them into what you think. It doesn't make it's true.
Okay, so it was clear to me on Saturday
Luck,
night
yeah.
that Green Bay, Wayne's team, was the better team, better than the Chicago Bears.
Okay, but then they kicked
And-
their ass.
Okay, but they didn't kick their ass. Green Bay got kicked in its own ass by its own place kicker. And you know how much
Right.
I
No, I
hate
know.
kicking, but he missed 2 field goals and an extra point. So
I
he left
know.
7 points on the table and they lost by whatever it
Right,
was,
so
4.
that was the end of that.
Okay, but
Who could predict
who could
that?
predict that
That's
the
what I'm
kicker,
saying.
and the same kicker named Brandon McManus, was the driving force of Akib's Denver Broncos Super Bowl
Right.
team that won all of its playoff games, won the Super Bowl
Right.
over Cam Newton's Carolina Panthers. And in that run, Brandon McManus made all 10 of his field goals, and
So he was
3
having
of
an
3
off
in
day.
the. Well, it was like a
He had an
he
off
called
day.
it the biggest disappointment of his career.
Well,
okay.
I mean, poor
Great.
guy.
Okay,
what can
so
you do?
to your point, who could predict that a guy with the Super Bowl ring would just come unglued? He called it an embarrassment of a performance. Okay, he lost the
so
game.
he shouldn't be
As I
beating
said
himself up for the rest
on
of
Arena
his life.
Gridiron, he kicked him right in the balls. He kicked
I
his
know,
own
but
team
what
in
can
the
the
balls.
guy do? He can't for the rest of his life. I'm sure it's going to haunt him the rest of his life, but he has to move on.
Yeah. By the way, quick insight into a convo that we had. The group of us on air on Arena Gridiron stood with Wayne after the show was over. We just stood out in the middle of the set. I don't know. You asked me, how did you get on this topic? With Wayne, I don't know. It just goes here, and it goes here, and it goes here. And I don't know how, but we got off on something that I had just talked to you about because we were watching a silly
watched
show.
the Agatha Christie.
It's not
Well, it's a
by
knockoff.
Agatha. It's a
Agatha
knockoff.
Christie
It is.
with
But
Misha Barton. It
Misha
was
Barton
good.
is called Murder at the Embassy.
It was very good.
But it was set in Cairo and had a number of scenes around the pyramids. Well, the pyramids are the ultimate wonder of the world, and that's what Wayne has always thought was, how did humans that far back in history build these structures? And they were perfectly positioned to play off the stars, point to each. It's beyond human comprehension.
Yeah.
And so we got into that the genius required from that civilization to build those pyramids without the technical advances
Right,
we have today,
architecture, yeah.
right? This is way BC before Christ. And then here's Wayne's point that we got into this big discussion, which is horrifying to me, but it's about civilizations so advanced disappeared. They failed. They got wiped off the planet. And then the Mayas and the Incans, and they were doing the same things, incredibly advanced, and then they disappeared. And the Romans ruled the world. And they were so much more advanced as a civilization than any other civilization in the world, and then they failed. Well, the United States of America, so advanced, the greatest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world, and this is what we got into. For how much longer?
Well, that's the question. Who
I don't
knows?
know. Will we disappear? Wayne can get really deep about God's influence in this. Does he watch a civilization and say, I don't like where that's heading, that's enough? And we could go on and on. But that's what I love
About Wayne.
about, he's not Lil Wayne, he's Big Wayne to me.
he's smart.
God. These are the kind of discussions I get into with him all the time. We got into one at his house the other day about space, the existence of. Whew. Okay.
Deep.
Now we go back to the real world because it's time for Skip and Ernestine go to the movies
yeah.
on the couch. Okay, we did get into a new series. I believe Tyler watched all of it.
Francesca watched
She
it.
did.
My friend Richard watched it.
It's Netflix called His and Hers, and we are not finished. I think we have two episodes to go. Okay, your quick take.
Well, I kind of liked it in the beginning, and I liked the actors.
Yeah.
Tyler, how do you say his last name?
Bernal.
Can't remember.
I have no idea.
Berthanol? What?
Bernal.
Anyway, and your girl Tessa. Okay. But then and it's set in Atlanta, but then their
They're in a small
accents,
town outside of
his
Atlanta.
accent starts going weird. It just starts getting very soap opery,
Operish, yeah.
yeah, and kind of unbelievable things are happening. But I still like it. It's kind of, you have to just suspend your thoughts on the show and just watch it.
I didn't mind the setup. I was mildly intrigued, if not mildly riveted by, okay, did one or the other actually do it?
It's a murder
Or
mystery.
It's a murder mystery. And it has turned into the all-time preposterous potboiler
Right.
to me, where you're like, what?
No, it is a little
What?
far-fetched. And the
What?
acting gets a little bit over the top.
What? And
But-
I've already guessed. We'll tell you next week whether I was right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can't say because
no,
it'd be a spoiler
yeah,
alert for
no,
everybody
but
else.
It's
But
up there. I think it's like number 1 or 2 on Netflix.
okay, these are like we once watched a show called Penny Dreadful that we loved, but
love
Penny Dreadfuls back in the day in London
Right.
are these kinds of preposterous pot boilers, or where you buy for
Yeah.
a penny these stories, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And or Tarantino's movie called Pulp Fiction.
Right.
This is pulp fiction at its best or worst, however you want to look
just-
at it. And now, the age that we live in, they are just cranking these things out, cranking them
But
on
I'm
the assembly
surprised-
line.
I just said to
crank-
Tyler, I'm surprised he, because I really like him,
Yeah.
the star, would do this.
Well, this is
because it must have,
what
they must have paid
people-
him some money, but I don't know. They're just, some of these movies
Want.
and these
Yeah.
shows are just so horrible. They just keep, they're making them a mile a minute.
They are.
They're just another one, another one, another
Yeah.
one.
they're all geared to binging.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler
and-
watched it in one sitting.
And I mean, some of them
So did my
drop
friend
every
Richard.
week. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Yeah, well, whatever.
Anyway, so we watched that.
Janet from Jacksonville says, Members Only Palm Beach is a new reality show on Netflix that I can't get enough of. It follows the top socialites in Palm Beach. Ernestine, would you ever want to be a socialite elite? And if so, in what city would you want your reign to be?
Well, I would never want to be in that world because I just wouldn't fit into that world, but New York would be the number 1 for me. But we talked about spending time in Palm Beach. I spent time in Palm Beach
did.
because I opened a store on Worth Avenue, which is the
I know it
equivalent
well.
to Rodeo Drive,
Yep.
to Madison Avenue. And the people that I got to know down there when I was working there, the socialites are not those socialites that they're depicting in that reality show. These are the real old money socialites that they live, the Breakers is the best hotel down there. It used to be
is.
the best hotel, and Colony was another one, but they're the real socialites,
Yeah.
the old money. This is Beverly Hills Housewives-ish.
It is.
You watched
These
it,
are,
I didn't watch
I watched the first episode on the treadmill because I
Yeah.
couldn't find anything else to watch. These are nouveau riche. These are women who are self-made, who are trying to join the socialite
Right.
elite of. And it was funny. They're actually on the wrong side of the intercoastal. They're
Yeah.
on the
Right,
inside.
right.
They're not over on
Right,
the
that's-
island
that's
side.
where the money is.
Listen, along the ocean, those mansions
Oh.
are just,
It's
they're not
old-
real.
Yeah, it's like The Great Gatsby-ish,
It's
only
Ga-
Great
it's
Gatsby was
Gatsby.
Long
He-
Island, but
he
this
was
is
also
the same
self-made,
thing. Yeah,
but,
it's the old money.
So, quick point. In my first year out of college, out of Vanderbilt, I was at the Miami Herald and I had to start the lowest rung in a bureau office in West Palm Beach. And the editor liked my writing so much that he pushed me, which I never did because I just couldn't see myself doing it. But he said, you could become our Palm Beach writer. You could cover the social scene during the winter, during
Yeah.
the season, as they call it, in Palm Beach. You could go write stories about the
What's
old
happening,
money
yeah.
and their events and
Parties
galas
and, yeah,
and
benefits
the benefits
and
and all
that
that.
they
And
live
you
on.
could do a weekly snapshot of Palm Beach social life
Right.
during the season. And I thought hard about it, and I was just always a sports guy. I don't know. maybe.
It takes a certain type of person to
I
do
would
that,
say.
and you're not that
I'm
person.
probably not that person,
No.
but I have some of that in me. So that's why I watched the first episode, just to see how close it was to what I could have covered.
No,
This is not
it's
it.
not
This is
anything.
Housewives.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
fake.
All right. Let's just take time for one more. Just a quick thought on this is Jackson from Chicago. We all know this. ICE shot and killed a woman in Minnesota. Will this ever end, or is this our new normal?
Well, I think it's right now the new normal, but I think that it's just really awful, and I think that it's almost the Wild West out here now. And you have to be afraid of everywhere you go and everything you do, and what you say to somebody, especially in the law enforcement world.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think that he should have done what he did. He could have shot a tire. He could have done something, not to go to the extreme immediately, but this is what we're living with right now.
Okay. I hear what you say. I wish he had taken some other evasive action to stop the car that was threatening him. Mm-hmm. But I saw the chief of police of Chicago say this, and his words really hit me hard. He defended the agent, and he made the point that these are, whether you like it or not, they're federal agents who are assigned to do a job. They're obviously armed agents. And from what I saw, and maybe I don't know enough to know, but from what I saw, and I tried to watch as many of the videos as I could, she started all this by blocking traffic and sitting in her car and taunting the agent. She was dancing in her seat, going back and forth, blocking traffic. And then when she was forced to move, even though she wasn't attacking at a dangerous speed in her car, she was moving toward the ICE agent with her car, which can obviously be a very deadly weapon if so utilized. And here's the point. With anybody, you and I we went through an incident once in Oklahoma City with just the police. You can't threaten them in any way, shape, or form. You just have to go along with what it is.
But now it's worse than when you and I had the incident in Oklahoma
I
City.
don't know. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, but that was
just
how
about
many years
got
ago?
taken downtown.
That was like, what, 15 years ago? It was about 15 years ago. Now it's worse.
We got
Police are
pulled
worse.
over because
we rented a car, and
we
it
rented
was
a car
Charger.
with tinted. No, it was a Mustang.
Oh, I thought it was a
It was just a
Charger.
Mustang, but it had tinted
looked like it had
windows, and they
badass
had a lot of
windows
burglaries in the neighborhood, and we got profiled, and they pulled us over
by
and,
the 7-Eleven or something.
No, we were in a neighborhood.
Oh, I thought
we
we were
just
by
in
the
a neighborhood
7-Eleven.
off
Was I even there? I
Independence.
don't know why I have this little wrong.
God, yes, you were the one who instigated.
Oh, right. Oh.
And 2 cop cars pull up. They called for backup, and as they got out of their 2 cars behind us, as we pulled over in a residential, just on a street.
They asked you for your license.
No, but before they even got it, they were just getting out of the car.
I don't even know if I was there. I must
she
have
was
the wrong
there.
story.
Now, oh my God, she out of the passenger side started getting. I said, "Don't get out." She was going to go tell them you got this all wrong.
Oh, right, I did. I remember it now. I was going to get out of the car and just say to them, "Hey, we didn't do anything."
Yeah, and I was on a big national TV show,
Yeah.
and she was going to go say, "You got the wrong guy here. He's
didn't
just
do
visiting
anything."
his mom in Oklahoma City."
Right. And she told me to get back in the car.
Oh, did she? In no uncertain terms.
Yeah.
She started to get out, and the female police officer coming up over on the right side said, "Get your ass back in the car."
She said, get back in the car.
I think she said, "Get
Maybe
your
she
ass
said
back
ass.
in
I
the
don't
car."
know. I wasn't there part of the time. And then he asked you for your license.
And I was
And then
very
you kept
nice
saying,
to
you
him.
said, "Yes, sir. No, sir." And I said, "What are you being so nice?" I said,
Because he let me off. Because he looked,
and then I
rolled his
said,
eyes, and he was
no,
like,
and then she told me to shut up.
Okay.
Remember? She told me to shut up.
She told you to shut up.
Because I said, "This is ridiculous. There's nothing, we didn't do anything." And she said, "Shut up." And I said, "Don't talk to me that way." And then it started.
We were very close to getting hauled downtown. Then we'd be in the newspaper and all
Right,
over
it was
the internet,
ridiculous.
and
But they pull authority when sometimes
You just
they don't
can't-
have to.
You just got to go with the
Yeah,
flow.
well, that's the problem. So that was years ago, and now it's worse.
You can't taunt. You can't threaten.
No,
They're armed.
because now they have the right to shoot you. And
They always had the right
Yeah,
to
but
shoot
now
you.
it's even worse.
They always did.
Now it's more acceptable if they do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And on that note, that is it for round 54.
Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year again. We will see you next week
See you
if,
next
in
week.
fact, we're still speaking.
talking. Peace out. We'll see you.